Okay. What's going on? What's going on? I wanted to talk a little bit about who I am and my overall trading journey. So, if you don't know who I am, I'm Khalid, but I go by Sleep. I'm 21 years old. I live in New Jersey. I'm not going to give no, obviously, exact coordinates. That's crazy. But I'm 21. I live in Jersey. And I've been day trading for about 3 years. And overall, my journey as a day trader has been rough, but well enough. It's been experience. Like, it's been a good experience in my opinion. I've been trading for 3 years, and I feel like in over these 3 years I've learned so much. A lot of people, they get profitable within their first year or maybe their second year, and this is my third year, so I expect to be profitable because I will change what the 2 years didn't have into this year. Nonetheless, I wanted to go from a couple things down the line as far as with this whole entire video. And I wanted to first start off with who I am, right? And why I started trading as a whole. So, I started trading in high school. My senior year, I was 18. I started trading because I was in a finance class, and my one finance teacher, she taught me basically a little bit about the stock market, taxes, and ways that you can like be wealthy in the long term from the stock market. And that kind of like hit a certain part of my soul, like being able to realize that I'm not going to be rich, but I will be wealthy. The thing for me is I want to allow people to know that like when you say you want to be rich, you just expecting like this short-term moment of like money. Wealthy feels like foundation and generational wealth. Because like when you hear people say they want to make generational wealth, they want their wealth to stand off for not their generation, but the next generation, the generation after that, like maybe like the next 4 or 5 generations. And I wanted to do something like that. I didn't come from the greatest upbringing. I live in a apartment complex. I'm not gonna really try and bash where I live because I'm still grateful for having a house above my head, still having clothes on my back, water that runs, food on the table, and a solid school education. Speaking of school, I didn't really have the best GPA either. Like, as of right now, if I had to really think about it, I didn't have anything above a 2.0 GPA. Yet, some people might say that's like dumb, but I didn't pay attention and I never submitted homework. And I like when I passed tests, I was passing tests because I can take in information and I can apply it, but I'm more of an experience based person and I'm visualized. So like when it comes to actually wanting to do something and be good at it, I have to experience it for myself and I have to be visual. So like that's why I also think that trading stocks was good enough for me, because as much as I back test and I realize all this stuff with trading and I understand that there's more to it than just reading an up candle and a down candle, but actually learning past data, looking at past data, and understanding how the market moves in certain forms and how there's different levels to it. That's what got me started. Being able to realize that I can trade where people go to New York, like people will go to New York back in the day, right? Go to New York, touch a floor, pay to be on a floor and do all this extra stuff to make money when I can just be at home, have a computer, and click buy and click sell. As much as that sounds good, I wanted to understand the results behind the the thing with trading, why it's such a good thing now. And when I first started, trading was nothing. Like it was just what everyone else seen, like Warren Buffett, right? You feel me? A guy who outperforms the market. Who else can I think of? Uh that one movie, The Wolf on Wall Street, Jordan Belfort, right? Things like that. Like that's what people thought of the stock market. Or what's that one? What's that one movie? I can't even remember the one movie. Oh, Limitless. There you go. Boom. So like those three things, right? Were like the things that people would always think like, oh, okay, like this is what the stock market is. It goes up, it goes down. You press buy, you press sell. You can make quick cash. You can lose everything. And to me, that fascinated me. Like, okay, I can make money off the market and I can probably build a solid foundation through the stock market. Put my money in the right things and allow the market to multiply my money and however much it wants to multiply. And I really And I really will say, like, I genuinely loved the idea of trading. Like, trading for me was like you ever watch that Lego movie? And like you remember when that main character finally realized that like there's more to just following the instructions, but you can build anything with any piece. That's how trading felt like to me. That's how trading felt like to me. Like that moment when I realized that there's more to life than sitting here and following the system. And then like being out of school for 3 years and realizing that high school, like element from like kindergarten to college, is all just a system for you to realize that once you get out of college and you finish all of those and you got your major and you got a sheet of paper that shows you what you worked your ass off for, and like you realize that you're still in debt and you have to work a 9 to 5 job regardless because you got this sheet of paper, it just made me want to escape the rat race. I didn't go to college. I'm not gonna cap. I didn't go to college, and I'm perfectly fine with that because I'm not gonna say the government wouldn't be able to have like FAFSA or something. Like there was FAFSA when I wanted to go to college, but I just didn't have the funds for me to want to think that college was the main thing. Yes, I could go to community college, but what would that really do for me? What would community college really do for me? I get a bachelor's degree or an associate's degree. No. Yes, associate's degree. Sorry. I get an associate's degree in some type of major, and I'm just gonna have to roll with that for the rest of my life. Versus if I just stay at home, watch a bunch of videos, take notes, and experience it for myself. Remember, that's the type of person I am. I like to experience things for my own. That being said, it's 2026 right now, and I feel like 2025 taught me so much. I didn't work for like 8 months in 2025, so I had no job. I was just living with my mom. I still live with my mom, but I was more focused on trying to be this person that was like full-time day trader, being like every person I saw on the internet, being able to trade full-time, never have to worry about funds and stuff like that, always being able to buy things without looking at the price tag. I wanted to be that guy. 2025 humbled me. There were times where I couldn't pay for live data. There were times where my eval would probably get charged back and I would probably get billed and I couldn't pay for it because I didn't have the money. I worked for about 4 months, right, during the year. 2 months in the beginning, 2 months towards the end. And it was just around December. All right, just around December, I pick up this part-time job. And around June of 2025 is when I started talking to my girlfriend, my present girlfriend now. And we were talking for a bit. You feel me? I told her about my trading stuff and how like I'm not where I am, I'm not where I want to be, but I will soon get there. And you know those videos where it's like talking to me as like investing in Bitcoin in 2009. Like that's how I was feeling in the moment. But my girlfriend now, she supports my dreams, and I'm more than thankful for her. I really am. She supports my dreams. If there's days where I feel like I lost too much, or I'm feeling down because I have red on the day, she allows me to feel sane, and I appreciate that because I could have been doing this by myself. And like, don't get me wrong, just around the same time that I met her was around the time where I was fixing myself. So like now that I like found somebody who supports me, it's like I know that when my day is bad and I'm fixing it myself, I have that extra support behind me because I love supporting her dreams. I love supporting everything that she wants to do because I know that when we both reach our goals, we're both going to be excited, we're both going to be happy, and we're both going to be able to help one another out. And I really do love this girl. Really, she helps me a lot. That being said, let's go into the next segment, right? I want to talk more about my goals this year. So far, I want to get baptized. I want to have 20K in an ETF, and I want to be a fully funded trader. Fully funded, and that means I have payouts coming in every 2 weeks, or once a month I'm at least hitting a minimum of 10K. And like a lot of people like to say like, oh man, 10K months is nothing now. 10K months is a good start because if I can reach 10K, I can reach 20. And if I can reach 20, I can reach 50. You feel me? Once you make that first 10K month, it's easier after that. I'm in that area of I'm almost there. Like I'm almost there. But I just need that one more push. And that one more push is my friend group. And I'm more than appreciative for my friend group. Another one of my goals is to propose to my girlfriend. Hopefully, I want to do it after we reach a year, because me and her, we're having a baby this year, and our baby's due on September 10th, and we started dating the 26th of September. So I don't know if I want to do it before she has the baby or after she has the baby. I think I want to do it after, because then it'll be easier for us, in case, you may never know, right? I want to do it when it's hot, but it'll be easier for me to do it after the baby, because then we'll be able to take care of the baby. And like, you may never know, like, sometimes babies like to come early, so I want to make sure the baby's here first before I put the ring on her finger. You know what I'm saying? And then no more sin. Like, I don't want to sin no more. I don't want any of those things to ever cross my mind at all. I hate it. Like, anytime I sin, my brain instantly flicks to like I gotta do better. Like, I gotta do better. Not just for myself, but for our Father in heaven. And like, that's just where my brain's been at. I want to do better. 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 Oh, damn. Sorry. I'm looking at the time here. That's just one of the things that come to hit me as a person who day trades, right? I know that when your life is not good, your trading won't be good. So in order for me to understand that I want to be better in trading, I have to fix my life. And that's why I've been reading this book, right? I read it already, you feel me? I got my, just opened up to a random page. I got some notes in here, and I've highlighted some of the good segments that like help me out. And I love this book. I'm going to keep reading this book every time something goes wrong in my life, because I know that this book helped me pass like more than a couple evals in the beginning of the year, because I allowed myself to choose tiny habits that mean better. And I can't say for others, but when I learned that a habit from last year soups into this year, it pisses me off, because I used to smoke, I used to vape, I used to love drinking. 2024 to 2025, or no, we can say 2024 to even now. Between those 2 years, I learned that this vaping is killing me. This smoking is killing me. This drinking is damaging my body. Don't get me wrong, I might take a shot here and there. I'm not gonna lie. I know the Bible says that we can drink, but we can't get drunk. And when I realized stuff like that, I'm like, okay. I stopped vaping 2025. Haven't touched a vape. Like, touched a vape as in far, like, I ain't hit a vape in a minute. And I'm glad of it. A blunt. I get temptation, and I beat that temptation. Because there's times where I'm like, yeah, I just want to smoke this one time, get that feeling. But that feeling of my brain being rotten because I decided to hit a blunt is what allows me to tell myself, I don't want to do that. That's not for me. And coming into this year, I'm completely sober, right? I don't smoke, I don't vape, and I, on the occasionally, like at a party or a hangout with my boys, I'll take a drink. Sometimes I may not even take a drink, I'll take a water. And I've been just trying to better myself this year. I've been trying to really just focus on my health, because I understand that my younger self trying to fit in and trying to live the best life I can was damaging what I was doing, because that's what the devil would want us to do, damage ourselves at a young age. And I started doing all that stuff, you feel me, fitting in like everybody else, vaping at a young age, thinking it was cool because the older people were doing it. And then drinking at a certain age because the shots was just what everyone else was doing. And like smoking and rolling up and just hitting blunts back to back was a good thing too. But once I started to realize that how much of this stuff was actually killing our bodies, I couldn't do it no more. I had to stop. But nonetheless, I wanted to talk more about the whole journey as a trader, right? When I first started trading, it felt like shit. It felt terrible. I'm not gonna lie. I put money in after I was working. I worked like a plethora of jobs, I'm not gonna lie. I can count on two hands how many jobs I have. I have an issue of like not staying at a job for too long because I understand the potential behind trading, and my brain was so focused on oh, I know I can do this and I know I can do that, so why not just sit here and do that instead of trying to work a 9 to 5. But it took one of my boys really like sitting me down and having the conversation with me, telling me like, bro, you can say all this stuff that you want. You can say you want to be a full-time day trader. You can say you want 10K months. You can say you want to be closer to God. You can say do and act however you want. But if you don't continue with the right habits and you don't actually stick to what needs to be done, you're not going to get there. Because I was very much in the spot of like, oh, maybe if I just take my first 5 paychecks and I just hold on to them and I just trade full time, I'll be able to do that. Keep in mind, my trading at the time was not flawless. I was taking setups because I had FOMO. I was understanding that like there was more setups in the chart. So I would take more setups and I would lose all my evals. And then I would spend the money I intended on saving to buy more evals. And then I would understand that at the end of doing all of that, I'm broke. So now I have to apply to a job again. And like, all of that changed at the end of 2025. I had my boy sit down with me. And when he did sit down with me, right, as I was saying in the story, he sat down with me towards the end of 2025. That was that moment. It was the last quarter of 2025. And I just quit the last job because I didn't like that I couldn't trade. Like, I couldn't trade. Like, I couldn't look at the market. I couldn't look at the charts. I wasn't going to change my session. I've already been trading for, like, what, a year and a half, almost 2 years at that point. And, yeah, like 2.5 years at that point. And I was like, I'm not about to sit here and change what I've been doing for 2.5 years to solidify this job. Like, it wasn't that serious. Oh, shoot. Hold on. My lens almost popped out. But I didn't want to do it. And I'm not going to do it. And I'm still not going to do it. Like, the job I'm at now, I tell them that I'm not available before a certain time because I need to trade those markets. I don't need to when I think about it because that's something I want to. But when it comes to my dreams, I need to do that. And there's days where, like, I have a lot of off days. And I'll use those days to go for a run, read a book, try my best to better myself every day. Because I understand that if I want to be better at what I'm doing and where I want to be, I have to get better at the small things. The small little habits, the tiny breadcrumb pieces that are setting me back by a lot. And I just want to be better. Like, I realized that I can take every shortcut in the world to getting rich or getting wealthy. But God is still going to show me the long way. He's still going to show me that in order for me to get here, I have to go through all of this. In order to want this, I have to want and take away all of those. In order to achieve this, I have to let go of these things. There was people that I wanted to grow up with and enjoy the rest of my life with. You feel me? Like, my boys, my day ones, but they don't have the same mindset as me. So I had to cut a couple people off. Don't get me wrong. I didn't like cut them off, talk my smack, and say yada, yada, yada. I just stopped talking to them. Because I realized that if I continue with this group, I may not get to where I want to go. You got to cut people off. You can't expect people to always want to be there for you. You can't expect people to always want to support your dreams. Don't get me wrong. There's people I thought would be behind me 100%. Like, yeah, bro, I'm 100% behind you on your dreams and goals. And when I wanted to start doing it, I was getting trash talked. I was getting told I should stop. I was getting told that I was never going to touch any money from the market. I was getting told I was never going to do anything. And I'm like, all right, cool. Watch. Stuck with trading for 3 years. I'm still in this gray area. And it's like transparency here. Never got a payout yet. But I'm still going to stick to it. Never got to the point of trading where I can click request payout. The only thing that gets me going is the drive, the journey, the things that I could learn while I'm becoming a more experienced and more profound, better day trader. But Nonetheless, being a trader at such a young age is like something I never would have thought was the best thing that happened to me, honestly. And I'm grateful for it. But, life gives its up and downs. And today I lost money. But it's not going to affect me. Because there's days where I've lost tens of thousands of dollars on an account because I wanted to just pass it. And I realized that that's not what I should be doing. So, that's who I am. This is me. 21 years old. And been day trading for 3 years. A very eventful 3 years. And I recorded this video for the sole purpose that when my older self rewatches this video and we're further down the lane, or even when my child watches this video, they'll realize that I put in every ounce of work that I ever could possibly think of to achieve proper wealth.